love to travel. There's something about seeing new places and smelling new smells that makes my heart pound. At 17 years old, I've been privileged to live on 2 continents, pass through 2 others, and experience a wide variety of cultures. Although sitting on an airplane for 16 hours is hardly a joy, standing at the foot of the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, makes it all worth it. But even more thrilling than seeing the world is seeing the hand of God at work piloting the daily journey of my life. My journey started in 1999 when I, Jeanna Evans, was born, the firstborn daughter of Jim and Jolene Evans. My family lived on our farm outside of Nash, Oklahoma. Over the years, my family grew to include 2 more girls and 2 boys. My family has always done things together. Whether going on business trips or to deacons' banquets, if one person went, we all went. But besides just going together, my family worked together. During the summer, we were up at sunup, weeding long rows of vegetables, and each Saturday found us at the farmer's market selling our produce. As a child, I didn't really appreciate these long, hard hours, but I learned the value of sweat and how much better lettuce tastes when you've worn blisters for it. During the fall and winter, my family and I would travel to a variety of different craft shows selling our homemade granola. We would work into the late hours of the night, mixing each batch by hand. We sold thousands of pounds each year at these events. As soon as I could count back change, Mom and Dad had me working the booth with them. Consequently, at a young age, my siblings and I learned how to talk well with adults, as well as understand the basics of running a business. But no matter how busy our lives were with the farm and the business, somehow we always found time to come together and study the Bible and pray. Through these moments in God's Word, I found Jesus as my personal Lord and Savior. I began to study the Bible on my own, and it really seemed to come alive. It was no longer just another book we read. It was a treasure, something I really wanted to learn. Life seemed to be settling into a routine. Dad began talking about expanding the business and adding in chickens and cattle. He was still working away from home, but he began making plans to save up, just grow the farm and business. Then one day Dad asked, "What would you think if God called us to Africa?" Normal response would be to laugh in his face. "Are you kidding?" But somehow it didn't seem so strange. It seemed right. And on August 23rd, 2012, less than a year later, we left the U.S. We arrived in Lusaka, Zambia 2 days later, exhausted from the long plane ride, yet excited to see what lay in store. We learned a lot of things in our first days there. How to greet people, what a black mamba looks like, and how long it can take to cook a baked potato in a propane oven. Life was wonderful, exciting, and new. From my earliest memories, I had wanted to be a missionary, and now I was in Africa. It seemed surreal. But there was a problem. My love of hard work had given me a sense of self-dependence. I was in Africa. I was living my dream. I could do anything, right? Wrong. Bit by bit, God began to tear away my self-dependence. My brother was nearly beaten to death trying to stop a robbery. All I could do was cry out to God. God who healed him. God sent droughts to show me that no amount of hoeing and weeding can preserve a crop when God wills that it die. Then one night I was bitten by a poisonous centipede. I almost died. There was nothing I could do but lay there in pain. There was nothing I could do. It was God who preserved my life. And as for my speaking skills, well, I had worked the booth for years. I knew everything that I needed to share Christ with people, right? Wrong. There's something far more important than having good rhetoric. That's love. It takes love to talk to hurting children who are at your home, hiding from their abusive father while their mother's away. It takes love to patiently talk to a drunk man who won't leave you alone. Every year we have hundreds of visitors from all different places, and not all these people are a joy to be around. But talking to them and serving them taught me something working the booth never could have. That's love. God's kind of love. I'm still far from perfect. In fact, as I was preparing this speech, God was teaching me even more about himself. I suppose that's the way the Christian life is, though. Always being molded and shaped more like Jesus every day. God has given me so many amazing experiences, and I often wonder what he's preparing me for in the future. Right now, I feel like God is calling me to go to college to study elementary education so that I can be equipped to serve him as a missionary and a teacher. I can hardly fathom the millions who have never heard of Jesus and have no access to the Bible in their own language. But even more heart-wrenching are the millions who have access to the Bible but can't read it for themselves. I truly feel that God is calling me to be a missionary in difficult places where the word of Christ has not yet been heard, and to teach people how to understand it in their own language. I'm still just a junior in high school, and I'm not sure yet where this journey will lead, but I guess that's the amazing thing about a journey. A few months ago, I boarded a plane in Dallas, fastened my seatbelt, and switched on a movie. I never asked the pilot if he knew the way to Dubai or not. In fact, I never even saw the pilot, but I could sleep 40,000 feet in the air, trusting that he was there and that I would arrive in Dubai just fine. On this journey of life, I don't have to know the way. I know my pilot, and I know that he knows the way. And I can trust that he will get me just where I need to be, just when I need to be. I have nothing to worry about at all.